George, let me ask you something. How did you deal with being typecast as a science fiction icon?
So obviously these costumes were you were told to bring them. That's what I'm hearing.
That's right.
The producer said bring your own costumes.
They did. I think the cat's out of the bag that I've stolen my flight suit now, though.
I did not steal mine.
You didn't.
Gene Roddenberry gave it to me.
Oh, he did. Okay.
But over the years, it seems to have shrunk. The snaps keep popping.
Yes, it must have shrank.
I've become a much bigger actor, however, since then.
Now, have you actually ever put it on in all the years? Is this a first in a long time?
It is. I haven't put it on in, decades, not years.
Yeah.
And so they have to let out the pants a little bit. But they did nothing with the snaps, so here they are.
That's okay. We won't tell anybody.
She looks great in hers.
Okay, mine's only been 2 years.
How did you go about stealing it?
When we shot the last scene, I took it off and put it in a cooler. And I walked off set with my cooler. And nobody asked me where it was. And they were like, Katie, where's your flight suit? I was like, I put it up there. I don't know what happened.
I'm doing an interview with a thief next to me.
I know.
My integrity, my reputation is at stake. Good Lord. Oh, my, oh, my.
Gosh.
But then I was told after the fact that we each got to choose an article of our wardrobe to take. And so I said, oh, wow, they don't know that I have my flight suit. Mm-hmm. I'll take my helmet. And they gave me cats, and I was really upset. It's like they gave me my arch nemesis on the show's helmet.
Oh, so they gave you the wrong helmet.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get mine now.
So you're okay that you've stolen the flight suit and you're busting it out. Okay, so yours has been hanging in the closet. It looks pretty good for being in the closet for decades. And yours was where? Still in the cooler?
No. Mine was in a paper bag in my parents' safe at their house.
In a paper bag in your parents' safe.
Yeah. So I called my mom and I said that I needed it, and so she FedExed it. So, and it's starting to break down, so I need to hang it in one of those preservation tubes or something.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Where do your parents live?
In Oregon.
In Oregon?
No, it didn't come that far.
It's cold enough there.
There you go.
It'll manage.
It's preserving it.
I figure.
It's preserving
it.
And so last time you were on the show, you were naked in a bathtub. This is a lot more clothes.
Well, what you don't know is that George was actually in the bathtub with us.
Oh.
Shh. You're not supposed to tell.
What's the premise of the scene and why you guys are here?
Well, I'm still a figment of Wolowitz's imagination. I think
As am I.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I think we kind of play devil angel. Kind of, a little.
Kind of.
Yeah. So he's already conjured up you. Now he's conjured you up as well.
Because he's going through some confusion.
Mm-hmm. With the girlfriend.
Yes. And there might be a glimmer, maybe even a shining glow in his sexual orientation.
It's true.
So, Sulu, played by George Takei, pops into his fantasy.
To offer advice. So you both offer advice. What's the corresponding advice that you guys give?
I tell him to make the move.
And I'm telling him, careful. Be sure you're heterosexual.
So this is really messing poor Howard up.
I think the more I pop up in his head, the more confused Howard gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had met before this?
No. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Well, I am too. I've met you, on the screen.
Oh.
Well, I
have my arms around you.
I know. I grew up watching you. My father's going to be so jealous.
Oh, it's always my father.
I grew up watching you because in my household we had two channels. We had OPB, which is Oregon Public Broadcasting, or UPN, I think, which was what Star Trek was on at the time. And so it was like my parents you had a choice. It was Star Trek or the Dating Rituals of Beavers. And so we picked Star Trek in our household.
It does sound historic.
Right? It's true.
I'm a part of that history.
My favorite episode is the OK Corral. I'm kind of obsessed.
Oh, yeah. Well, mine is the swashbuckling one. That's what inspired the cape. With the fencing foil.
Yes.